Before Teach for India, I was an educator. I used to volunteer and teach children in low income communities through various small grassroots organizations in India. And one of the biggest lessons I learned while there was that me teaching and children learning are two very different things. My children were facing a lot of adversities outside of school, which was stopping them from accessing learning. And I felt like I needed to be more equipped and my horizon had to be more wide for me to be able to serve my children better. That inspired me to apply for the Teach for India Fellowship and be a part of this wonderful community of high quality educators and high willed educators who were going to change the world someday for our children. My name is Richa. I'm from India and I was a Teach for India 2017 fellow. And currently I'm the co-founder and CEO of Labhya, which is an education nonprofit in India. In my journey as an educator, unfortunately, I lost two of my students. One was to community violence, and another one was to a disease that I had recovered from when I was a child. I saw how the community, my children's parents, and the rest of my classroom of full of children felt about it, and how they did not have the right kind of skills or support to cope with these realities. The other thing I realized was that to the outside world, a lot of this didn't really matter because of where my children came from. And it felt like for the world, it was business as usual. And that was very disappointing to me. And honestly, it made me very angry. I knew that at a much deeper level, my purpose had to be to do something more bigger and systemic for my children's well being. A big part of my journey was to enable my children with the right kind of skills, problem solving skills, and creativity to go and negotiate with the community, negotiate with community leaders on what they wanted and what they needed to change in the community, while also building a stronger relationship with their parents beyond transactional conversations, to be able to have a home which witnessed well being and communication on a day to day. When we did this, I saw children show up to school more often. I saw them be more present in the classroom. I saw them having the agency to learn and to own their learning in the long run. I see the change that was brought about in them and how now they feel like the world is their oyster and they can now do anything that they want. So our curriculum reaches children from ages 5 to 15. So it's a grade-based curriculum from grades kindergarten to 8 in all the states that we work with. For our children's development, these ages are the most crucial to develop the kind of stability, regulation, and skills to be able to cope with the ill effects of poverty and adversity to become effective learners and lifelong learners. We also try to make sure that the curriculum is very low burden and is easy to implement for our teachers, given that our teachers are grossly overworked and there's so many things that they have to take care of during the day at school. Many of our parents are not that literate and they feel very underconfident to talk to teachers about their child's development. But because of the happiness curriculum, Anandam and Saharsh curriculum, we have seen that parents are coming up to school, to the parent-teacher meetings, talking to teachers about their child's behavior and what they can do to help each other, support the children, etc. And it's giving them more confidence and more context to talk to teachers about their children. And that has been an amazing impact to see on the ground. Over the past 5 years, we've been scaling from one state to now 3 states, from about 1,037 schools to now 22,000 schools. As a young leader for the SDGs, I'm part of a cohort of one of 17 people who have been selected globally to further the Sustainable Development Goals and advocate for and act out on the 2030 agenda. My goal is to ensure that the world recognizes well-being of children and young people as a core issue and a core goal that we need to achieve in order to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. In my work in the past several years, it is very clear to me that young people's mental health and children's well-being is a core part of us achieving any kind of social change or poverty reduction as a society and as a globe. And hopefully in the next couple of years, I'm able to bring that to the forefront as we continue to work with the offices towards the Sustainable Development Goals.